Good afternoon. I'm back with the new important questions of business economics. These are the important questions from Punjab University point of view. But as far as the important questions are concerned, you can also consider it as an important for other university also. So the first question, I have split the video into two parts. In first part, I will cover the syllabus of the second semesters of Punjab University Chandigarh students. So here we start. First question, which is important for business economics, is what do you mean by law of demand? Explain its exceptions along with, I repeat once again, what do you mean by law of demand? Explain its exceptions along with individual demand curve and market demand curve. Second question is, what do you mean by utility analysis? Explain the relationship between total utility, marginal utility, and average utility. Question number third is, what do you mean by law of diminishing marginal utility? I repeat, question number third is, what is law of diminishing marginal utility? Explain it in detail. Question number four is, it is also from utility analysis. What do you mean by equi-marginal utility? What do you mean by law of equi-marginal utility? Explain it in detail. So when you are doing a question of economics, it is not concerned with the explanation of the thing that has been asked in question paper. You will have to explain its assumptions also. You will also explain its criticism. So when you are framing any question or framing answer of any question, then there must be meaning, definition, assumptions, explanations with the help of diagrams and as well as table along with criticism. So that will be the full-fledged long question that will be covered all the facts of a law under any economics. Next question is from indifference curve analysis. What do you mean by indifference curve? What are the various properties of indifference curve analysis along with indifference map? Next is, what do you mean by consumer equilibrium through indifference curve analysis? There is also a question that could be asked from utility analysis, that is consumer equilibrium through utility analysis. How the consumer get equilibrium through utility analysis. So this is the question that can be asked from utility analysis. Next is from elasticity of demand. What are the various degrees of price elasticity, income elasticity, and cross elasticity? And what are the various methods to calculate price elasticity of demand? So these are the two questions that could be asked from the elasticity of demand chapter. I'm from production function. What do you mean by law of variable proportion? Explain it in detail. And what do you mean by law of return to scale? And explain it in detail. So these are the two questions that can be asked from the production function. And from cost chapter, what are the various different types of cost involved or cost curves involved in long term as well as in short term period? This is the question that can be asked from cost along with why AC curve is U-shaped, average cost curve is U-shaped. And from revenue chapter, what do you mean by revenue? What is the relationship between total revenue, average revenue, and marginal revenue, along with different types or models of revenue under different market situations? For example, there are many situations like perfect competition, monopoly, monopolistic competition. So TR or AR or MR have their different shapes in different markets. So that could also be asked in your examination. Apart from it, when we comes to the further chapter, that is perfect competition. So what do you mean by industry? How the equilibrium of industry is determined under perfect competition? This is the question number first from perfect competition. And what do you mean by firm? Explain the equilibrium of firm under perfect competition in long run as well as in short run. And from monopoly, what do you mean by monopoly? What are the various types of monopolies and how the equilibrium of a monopolist is determined under short run and long run period. And the next question from monopoly chapter is, what do you mean by discriminating monopoly? It is very important question. What do you mean by discriminating monopoly? What are its degrees? What are its conditions? and how the price is determined under discriminating monopoly. So this is the very important question from monopoly chapter also. Next is what is monopolistic competition and how the firm working under monopolistic competition get its equilibrium, or you can also say that the firm under monopolistic competition is how determine its equilibrium point in short run as well as in long run. So from perfect competition as well as from monopolistic competition, the equilibrium of firm from short term and long term point of view is important. And from oligopoly, what do you mean by oligopoly? What are the various features of oligopoly, along with what are the various methods, or how the price is determined under oligopoly. So in oligopoly, how the price and equilibrium is determined, what are the various types of oligopoly along with its kinds or types, all are almost same. And when we are talking about price determination under oligopoly, in which you are cover Quincke demand curve, collusive oligopoly, non-collusive oligopoly, price leadership oligopoly. These are the things that will be covered under how the price is determined or the equilibrium is determined under oligopoly market. Apart from it, what do you mean by shift or change in what do you mean by change in demand, or what do you mean by shift in demand curve? So there are two concepts in which when the demand changes due to price, this is called change in demand and or change in quantity demanded, or when the whole demand curve is shifted upward or downward, this is called shift in demand curve, that is due to the factors other than price. So these are the important questions of business economics part 1. Basically these are related with the syllabus of Punjab University Chandigarh, but you can also consider it as an important from other universities point of view also. So keep watching my next video. In my next video I will cover the important questions of other syllabus, other subjects also. Thank you so much.